Live yet. It's now we're
Not
live.
yet. Not yet.
Now
Okay,
we're live.
I'm gonna go. Hi guys. Gonna go live on TikTok still.
We're live on YouTube.
We're
Hello,
live.
everyone.
Hi. Dan Mellis, Nixa Mortgage, and Kat Howard, Woodinville Real Estate. And we're here to talk about all things real estate and lending related today. And I think we've got some interesting stuff. Interesting stats. And I think Dan's got some interesting insights as to what maybe going to happen the rest of the year. Right, Dan? I just made that up. I like volunteering for topics.
Well, I got to tell you, it is interesting time of the year. It really is. So, rates have come down a lot in the last, how long has it been here? Well, since the end of April.
Yeah.
We've come down a full percentage point since the end of April. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 months, 4.5 months now. We've come down 1 full percentage point.
Yeah.
You've got the
Making
Fed
houses
meeting
more affordable for buyers, and most buyers are not taking advantage of this situation, I might add.
Well, I was going to get to that because rates have come down quite a bit. They've actually probably come from the late April top in mortgage rates. They've come down more than a full percent.
Yeah.
And so it's really one of those situations where, we're going to dig into the stats here in a bit, but I'll give you an example right now on an FHA loan, first time home buyer, FHA, 3.5% down. They've got a rate right now of 5.25%. 5.25%.
Wow. FHA 5.25%. Pretty incredible.
That's not bad. Yeah. And so it's come down quite a ways since since 4 months ago.
April.
And since late April, yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is, and we're going to go into the stats here for the local counties, of course, and they're a bit soft. If you run the two numbers, looking at how strong the markets are, and are they good for buyers, good for sellers, I would say this combination right now, this weekend, is the best combination that we've had this entire year.
So far this year. Yes, and that's very true because we have almost all the counties. We have almost all the counties having more inventory now than they have had the entire year. And so pretty incredible. And we also have a lot of sellers slashing prices. So we have a really good combination, and we have interest rates that are down a bit. So yes, we had a little appreciation this year, but some of that is being wiped out as we speak. As I can attest to with my own local listing that we have started reducing price and got a couple more showings, and it's just really, it's a tough pill for sellers to swallow, as well as listing agents, that the market has softened. So in late summer here, and we've got one of the townhouses down the street from my listing is down to $595, and that should have sold for $600 to $610, and my listing is down to $639, and we should have handily gotten $650 very easily. Market, in Snohomish County, for instance, the market year over year is up almost 10%, 9.7%. And we've got listings that sold even last fall when the market had come down a tad, that sold for $650 just under that, and they were not remodeled. So it doesn't really make any sense other than some listings are getting hammered now.
Well, and
and part of it, you guys, part of it is because there's hardly any showings. Let me go get my stats book. I was going to share the showings.
Sure.
Yeah. It's really interesting. So this is going to blow your mind. You guys are going to be shocked at how few showings there are being clocked in August, right? So In King County, there was an average of 8 showings per listing. That's August, you guys. In Snohomish County, it was only 7 showings per month, right? That's total showings. Used to be you'd get that in a day,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
So
right.
Pierce County, only 5 average showings per listing per month.
Wow.
Mason, 3, which is why, they've got a lot of inventory for their county right now on the market. 4 in Skagit County. So only 4 showings per month in Skagit County. So you can see how it could be really difficult.
Now, when you're saying four showings per month, do you mean 4 showings per month per house?
Per house. Yep.
Per house. Yeah.
Per house. Yep. Per listing. And then and then in Kitsap County, it's only 6 showings per month. So you can see how if you miss your first weekend or 2 weekends on the market, how it could be really difficult to get sold. And because this data includes the first 2 weeks of listings being shown, right? So it just shows you that, and usually you're going to get more showings up front, and then you'll probably get less per month as time goes on, because obviously you're going to chew up some extra showings right up front. So if you're talking about averages, so in Snohomish County, you're only getting 7 showings per month per listing. So those are some damning data, I have to tell you. So, but I thought it was really interesting. I've also got the year-over-year data as well, as far as average and median sales prices going up. And for me right now, I'm having a hard time believing it, because I'm looking at my listing that would have sold even last summer for nearly $650, and now we're looking at less. So it's the practicality of being on the market right now. I think the data for September is going to be far more sour than it was for August, is my feeling. So, hi you guys, thanks for joining. So Dan, what do you think? Should we get into the stats, and then we kind of chat along the way?
Yeah, let's get into the stats. Where do you want to start? Which county? King?
I'll give you one guess, Dan.
King?
Let's do King. Let's do King County.
Let's do King County.
Okay,
hang on,
guys.
just hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hi, are you available?
I'm on live stream.
So the numbers are softening, you guys.
Hang on just a second.
Real estate numbers are softening. Oh, see?
Hey, Kat, I got to run for about 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll entertain.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, Dan Mellis he's gone for 30 seconds. So you got me. Thanks for the compliment. You like my jean jacket? White House Black Market. I love this thing. I wear this almost every day since I bought it. Anyway, so the month supply of inventory is a measure of the total active listings on the market divided by the number that are pending.
No, not right now.
So,
in the future.
For King County.
I will not receive
For King County,
it's my property.
it's at 1.8 months. Now that's the highest level it's been all year. So just to give you a comparison, 2 weeks ago, it was 1.5.
And
to be more fair, to go back just a couple of months, it was 1 to 1.1.
Right. Okay.
So it's really moved up. As a matter of fact, I can be very specific about that. King County, 13 May 2024 was 0.9 months supply of inventory. So, and if we go to July, it was 1.4. It was up to 1.4. So we started going up rather rapidly. But that's the number of active listings divided by the number that are actually pending. So MSI is a good indicator of where the market is at that moment. And that's how we determine whether it's truly a seller's market or if it's more of a balanced market or a buyer's market, right? So, my stream is freaking, oh shoot, that's too bad. I think it did that last time too. I think I might be too far from my router. I wouldn't work for 1% profit. Yeah, me neither. I like that. I wouldn't work for 2% profit. Well, maybe, because in reality, that's kind of where we're at. People don't realize how much money we spend. Anyway, so MSI does wind up being a good indicator of where the market is at in a certain point in time. If you have an MSI, a month supply of inventory of between 2 and 4 months, you're really headed towards a more balanced fit. If you see sellers that have overpriced, you'll see a lot of price reductions. If they're priced well and they're prepared for market, then you could expect to see them go off the market within 30 to 60 days. Would be a reasonable expectation in a balanced market, maybe with some negotiations, right? So you're probably not getting the average sales price is not going to be over asking price as it stands. Well, the previous portion of this year, you guys, we're headed down. Just say not far down, just softening ever so slightly. My daughter tells me, "Hey, don't talk like that, Mom. You make it sound like the market's falling apart." No, it's not. It's just softening ever so slightly. So anyway.
Well, and the thing is too, for the first time home buyers that have been kind of not just priced out of the market, but bid out of the market, right? And maybe they got a little,
because there are multiple offers, right, on each property.
Yeah, and I know there are more than a few discouraged buyers out there that were maybe out in the market previously, are a little bit discouraged. I got to tell you, this is a great period of time to be a buyer right now because the market has softened a bit. You're able to get, better opportunity at getting some selling concessions from the seller, possibly.
Right.
And, the
little lower price, potentially.
A little lower price. That's right. The price coming in. I wouldn't expect big price reductions, but a little bit here, a little bit there, it all helps,
So this is the deal. We have just about as many price reductions as we have new listings coming on the market. And when you start to compound that week over week, it would be interesting to know what the percentage of listings that are on the market right now, what percentage of them are not at their original list price. Yeah. And I'll bet you 10 to 1, it's a huge number. Because every week we've got about 10 to 15% of the market reducing price. Right. That's a lot.
That is a lot. I mean, that is a lot.
King County had several hundred reduced price this past week. I don't have the exact number in front of me. Do I? No, I wrote it down on something else. But it was a significant number. And although it wasn't quite as many as new listings that came on the market, it still was a statistically significant number. It was like 10 to 12% of the entire listing or the entire housing pool right now that's available on the market. And so but if you think about that, we had last week price reductions in the previous week, and of the homes that didn't get snapped up, there's still going to be some out there that do have price reductions. So it's going to be a pretty good percentage of the marketplace.
Well,
so in other words, what Dan was saying is this is a great time as a buyer to get out there and take a look at some inventory, take a look at some homes, and you be the judge. Prices come down a little bit.
That's right.
Yes, they have. I know. My client is a victim. and we're putting another one on tomorrow. Not the same client, but down in
Auburn.
Down in Auburn. I'm not going to tell you the price, right? Because I don't want to get accused of advertising a listing before it goes on the market. But it is on Green River. And of course, the Gary Ridgway thing has to be front and center news this morning. Really? He's the guy, right? The Green River killer. He's in the King County jail. Did you know that, Dan? They're holding him for some weird reason. Did you know that?
No, but I'm sorry.
He's laughing. That's why we're not hearing from him. He's laughing at me because it would just happen the day before I'm going on the market with a Green River house. That of course the Green River killer you don't center with 48 murders under his belt plus.
You don't hear about the guy for I don't know how long has it been? 40 years? What
about the guy in 30 years?
30, 40 years. You never hear about him. Then you've got a listing. And he shows up. There he is, right there on the news. He shows up.
This morning.
What
are the odds?
What are the odds? Oh, gosh.
Oh, so I'm getting my marketing materials ready, and I'm pretty much omitting the word green from just about all my marketing materials. It's usually stashed in somewhere, but I'm really focusing on that word riverfront. Anyway, for this house, So what did we do to get this one ready for the market? It was built in 77.
Yep.
Yeah, so the landscaping had been torched. I mean, it was really in bad shape. So we had to get the landscapers out there. That cost $4,000. We needed to get the bank trimmed back so you could see the river. And so the landscapers did just a heck of a job, 75 feet of river frontage. They also reseeded the entire backyard. It actually looks like fake grass. It's that thick and that green. I looked at it in the photos this morning and I was like, oh my God, it looks like my photographer retouched the backyard. No, it really looks like that. And then you could tell at one point with the drone photos that somebody had walked in a circle on it. I was like, oh my God. So we had landscapers come in for 4K. Then we also had the whole interior blown out. So walls and ceiling, same color, did not have the trim painted except for the baseboards. And again, it was kind of a white on white situation. So it looks nice and bright and airy in there. We also had to have the wood floors on the main floor refinished because when they moved in, they didn't have a finish on them and they were new. And so that cost us about 11,000. Paint was, I think the paint for just the interior was 5,200. And then there was some other odds and ends that we tacked on for some exterior touch up and things like that. And then we had the roof cleaned. That wasn't very much money. It was like $500 or $600, I believe. Tim, my guy Tim, like glass guy Tim, does roofs, and he also cleans gutters and does some pressure washing. So for all that, so windows, interior and exterior, roof cleaning, gutters cleaned, and all the pressure washing on all the hard surfaces, it was like $1,800. It was actually a pretty good deal. So very interesting that, we're getting a lot of work done here for not a whole lot of money. And I did wind up getting 2 bids for the bigger projects just to make sure that my clients were comfortable. It's not normally what I do because,
this is the one you had you had the nice big deck built on this one too, right?
We did. We had Skylar's friend, come out and build a really nice 10 by 20 foot deck. It's brand new, no railings. That cost us $4,100. And then that guy also built a short fence where I guess the fence was gone. And so they wanted to make sure it was a fully fenced yard. And so they had part of the fence replaced there. But what else did we do there? We had new carpets installed, and I think the new carpets were $3,500. And I haven't added it all up, but I'm pretty sure we're at a good place. We also had it pre-inspected. So that's a very good idea, just so that puts the seller in a position of knowledge when they go to negotiate, or before they go on the market, they can make a decision to have certain things taken care of. And then we can make a list of things that the seller has addressed before going on the market. So they're doing some things on the inspection. And so we'll be making a list and adding that to the front page of the inspection report when we send that out to buyers. But so let's see. Was there anything else that we did? I mean, the baseboards had to be painted because the hardwood floors were done and the baseboards were really beyond, they just were a little too dirty. It gets pretty dusty around there. So anyway,
well, a lot of work went into that house, and now
a lot of work went into it in just about a month. So I presented them with a market analysis on August 5th. Today is September 11th, notoriously. So in just over a month, we're going to be on the market. So September 12th, we'll be on the market. So about 5.5 weeks. So nice. Just lots and lots of work. And we also had cleaners come in and do some extra cleaning, the baseboards and clean the whole house. So that cost a little bit of money. I think it was like $1,000 to $1,100, something like that. So not too bad when you think about all set in total, right? So, but we'll be going on the market tomorrow afternoon. You guys can take a look and see what you think. But it's a cool 2-story on the Green River. I have lots of pictures of the river behind the house. Like you can see the front of the house and the river. Ha, I love it. Anyway, I'm drooling. It's cool because it's got salmon in Green River, right? And the salmon are starting to run, so you can actually fish right now. I mean, I don't know if you can fish right now. You have to ask the, Fish and Wildlife if you can do that or not. But or Fish and Game, but the Green River does have salmon seasonally, and it also gets several other species of fish in there as well that you can fish for. And you can fish from the staircase that goes down into the river from your own backyard. So you can also float the river.
Cool.
Too. So I
Very
know
cool.
that the railing is stable because I went down there and I did a video on it. And I went all the way down to the second to last rung, and I'm scared of water and scared of heights. And I did it. I shot my cinematic video for the property partially on that staircase. So with a rod and reel in my hand. So that was interesting, Dan. I tell you what, got my blood cooking that day. Anxiety. Just a little anxiety. All right, so
God.
we hit the stats. We kind of got veered off track there.
Okay, so we were on King. Now I'm moving forward to Snohomish.
No, we haven't actually. We never did King. We only no.
Oh, we never
covered.
did. Oh, well,
Nope.
what now? Now we're back with King. Okay.
King County, 32% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days on the market if they listed their home between August 25th and August 31st. 46% of sellers in King County got under contract within the first 14 days on the market if they listed their home between August 11th and August 24th. So those numbers not terrible, but that first number, the 7-day data is dropping. So we haven't seen that in the 30s in a while. I think last time it was 39, but before that it's been in the 40s and 50s. But 48% of sellers are still setting offer review dates in King County as of last week. So there's a little disparity there. So we as listing brokers need to advise our clients probably a little bit better and counsel them better so that we set their expectations appropriately. So we had 1.8 months supply of inventory now in King County. That is up 0.3 months in just the past 2 weeks. So
wow.
Inventory is accumulating. Like I said, we got 2,290 homes on the market in King County right now, and that's higher than it was 2 weeks ago. So inventory is accumulating. We are not chewing up inventory as it comes on the market. We're actually, buyers are picking up less homes than homes that are being listed. So until that dynamic shifts, we're going to have MSI increase, and that may happen. That may continue for the next month. And then I would expect at some point in October, maybe that direction to shift and we start chewing up inventory as we get into the fall, and hopefully interest rates will stimulate some home buying. Right, Dan, as interest rates start to come down after the Fed makes their announcement, and then maybe they talk about lowering them again, and maybe we'll start to see a little more softening in interest rates.
Well, so, I was going to throw in some bad news.
Oh, okay, go for it, Dan.
Well,
Dan's going to rain on our parade, guys.
I'm raining on the parade. Yeah, I mean, well, because what I'm kind of thinking is going to happen, because rates have come down for quite a while, is that by the time the Fed announcement happens, we might be in a situation where we rebound a little bit in interest rates, where all the good news is cooked in for the short term, and we start to we start to drift higher in rates. You know, we'll see. It's all speculative, but don't be surprised if something like that happens. I mean, we've had a great market for, you know, quite a while. For 4 months, we've had a terrific market, but
we have,
it would, you know,
for buyers.
For buyers. So,
That's
I mean, we've had a terrific buyer's market, and the rates have been coming down. So all that's great. It would not shock me if we saw a little bit of give back after the Fed meeting. So between now and next Wednesday at this time is probably going to be pretty good time to be locking rates and stuff like that. So just keep an eye on it. I could be wrong, dead wrong, you know, wouldn't be the first time. So we'll see. So you want to move on to Snohomish?
Let's talk about Snohomish County. So Snohomish County, 31% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days on the market if they listed their home between August 25th and August 31st. 54% of sellers in Snohomish County got under contract within the first 2 weeks on the market if they listed their home between August 11th and August 24th. 35% of sellers did set offer review dates last week. And that's pretty appropriate for the 7-day data now. So I don't really have an issue. I think King County is still a little bit need to catch up.
Right.
And Snohomish County with 1.4 months supply of inventory, and that is up as well from 2 weeks ago. So, the thing I didn't mention on King County was the average sales price in King County is actually up 6.2% year over year. So August to August. And Snohomish County average sales price is actually up 9.7% year over year. So that's where I'm having issues with my listing right now, not selling, and then us reducing price to where we probably feel like we should have sold at even last year. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm feeling like the market it's not falling, it's not crashing. It's just, there's not very many buyers out there right now. And if you're an anxious seller, then you are having to reduce price to get attention on your property. So that's kind of what's happening right now. So I also wanted to mention one other key factor in our market, and I think this really explains a lot, is there's 34% more homes on the market today or in August than there were last August in Snohomish County. So that's 34% more homes on the market. So 34% more listings.
A lot more,
this year than last year. Think about that. That's more than a third. So you could see why the market might be softer this year than it was last summer. And it certainly is. So I've gone back and looked at the numbers, and it's definitely softer, in August than it was last year. But we're still almost 10% higher. So we've had some appreciation in there during the months where it was a really strong seller's market. And now we're reversing course a tad. So King County had 31% more homes on the market last year in August, this year in August, rather than as opposed to last year in August 2023. So 31%, again, a lot more listings in King County this August than last August. So contributing again to a softening market this summer, softer market. So Pierce County, you want to do Pierce?
Yeah, let's go to Pierce.
I don't think I have anybody on my my TikTok. I feel like I might not even be recording. I don't know if anybody's. Somebody tell me if you guys can see me, because I had somebody tell me a bit ago that I was breaking up a little bit, so they were saying maybe I was too far from my router, which means I shouldn't sit this far out. I'd have to probably be on the porch. But it also mean that my recording will probably be jacked. Okay, so Pierce County. I don't see anybody new joining, so I feel like I might not be live on TikTok. Hi guys, tell me if I'm live. All right. Pierce, we're doing Pierce, not Mason yet. Okay. 30% of sellers. 30% of sellers in Pierce County got under contract within the first 7 days on the market if they listed their home between August 25th and August 31st. 36% of sellers got under contract within the first 14 days on the market if they listed their home between August 11th and August 24th. Only 15% of sellers did set offer review dates in Pierce County, and that's probably a fair number. It should only be the homes that not only are well prepared for the market and well priced, but also have a spectacular or very, very fun setting or very exceptional location or view. So that's my new criteria for setting an offer review date. Is no longer you're well priced and you're prepared for market. It needs to have that one extra thing. It needs to have the good location or the good view. And Pierce County has 1.8 months supply of inventory. And when you think about that, Pierce County usually has a higher month supply, higher MSI than King County. And right now they're neck and neck, which is really weird in my brain. So Pierce County saw 8.6% appreciation August over August. So August 2024 is 8.6% higher than the sales prices in August 2023. And get this, Pierce County has 45% more homes on the market in August of this year versus August of last year. 45%. That's almost a 50% increase. So maybe that explains why Pierce County's market is a little softer and has been,
Yeah,
right?
that's a lot of new inventory.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
So
it is.
Mason County?
Mason
What do you think,
County,
Rebecca?
yeah.
I like myself a little Mason.
There we go.
Great view,
Mason.
Belfair. Beautiful countryside. I have clients that live there. So we got 28% of sellers getting under contract in Mason County within the first 7 days on the market if they listed their home between August 25th and August 25th and August 31st. So that's a good week for Mason County.
That is a good week for Mason
And
County.
then 38% of sellers got under contract within the first 14 days on the market in Mason County if they listed their home between August 11th and August 24th. So those are pretty strong numbers for Mason County. Nobody set an offer review date. And again, my advice is the same in Mason County. Unless you've got waterfront, something pretty spectacular, don't risk it. You risk running off buyers, right? So let's do the rest of the data for Mason here. So we've got 2.3 months supply of inventory. I believe that's the same as last time.
Mhm.
We have a 3% increase in average sales price from August last year to August this year. So slight, ever so slight. And we had an 11% increase in the number of homes on the market this August as opposed to last August. So not a huge swing. Their market is usually more of a balanced market. So at least that's what it appears to me as I've been pulling data for the past year and a half. So let's see. So then we've got Skagit County. So Skagit County, 19% of sellers got under contract. Mr. Fat Tuesday, what seems to be the issue, young man? He's got himself all in an uproar. My neighbor's coming home from work. Are you there? Oh, Dan, I know my battery's running low. I'm gonna run out of juice here.
Okay, well, we'll get through Skagit, and then we've got Kitsap, and that's it.
19% of sellers got under contract in Skagit County within the first 7 days on the market if they listed their home between August 25th and August 31st. 32% of sellers in Skagit County got under contract within the first 14 days on the market if they listed their home between August 11th and August 24th. Only 3% of sellers set offer review dates, which makes sense. 2.1 months supply of inventory, and that is up quite a bit in the last 2 weeks. So Skagit County inventory creeping up. Their average price, the average sales price has risen 6.3% this August compared to last August. And they have 51% more listings on the market in August of this year than they did last August. So that's 51%. That's incredible. Okay, Kitsap County.
There we go.
26% of sellers in Kitsap County got under contract within the first 7 days on the market if they listed their home between August 25th and August 31st. 41% of sellers in Kitsap County got under contract within the first 14 days on the market if they listed their home between August 11th and August 24th. 28% of sellers in Kitsap County did set offer review dates last week. And Kitsap County is up to 1.8 months supply of inventory, and that is up dramatically from 2 weeks ago. So they've only had 2.7% increase in average sales price year over year for the month of August. And they've only got 18% more listings this August than they had last August. So much more modest increase in the number of listings on the market. So anyway, so there's that. Gosh, Dan, should I plug in?
How's your battery?
We got more? I can plug in.
Well, I don't have all that much more, to be honest with you.
You don't? Okay.
No, I think I'm pretty good shape. I mean, we had.
Are you good?
Unless you want to talk about the employment report last Friday and then today's CPI report, but
yeah, let's do that.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Well, the employment report came back last week. It's consistent with what we've been seeing. I mean, it came back at 142,000 new jobs, which was pretty light. They had
less than anticipated. Is that right?
It was a bit less than anticipated. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they had some significant downward revisions. I think July got downwardly revised into under 100,000, if I'm not mistaken. So that was a pretty weak month. I mean, everything that we're seeing from an economic standpoint is weakness
coming in
right now.
weaker than predicted, right?
Yeah, it's pretty consistent. And then we followed it up with today's CPI report, which was actually a pretty weak report in a sense. The only areas that had any kind of strength in them was shelter, which is the largest component. And there's a lot of question why there's so much strength in shelter, because the reports coming from the Census Bureau on shelter are not consistent with what's happening in the real world right now. So we've had this this dissonance for quite some time in the CPI report. So, but it still came in pretty much as expected. And then, of course, CPI again came in just a tenth hotter than expected. But it's pretty much on the same glide path. Nothing really has changed in that respect. So I see that Kat, I think, has lost her power. So on that note, I'm going to end the live stream. Thank you all for joining us, and we will talk again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.